Good morning, everyone, and welcome to your Miracle Mindset Monday for this week. So, remember, with our Miracle Mindset Monday, this is all about just a generalized energy reading for the week. If you're interested in your own personalized Miracle Mindset Monday with your own personalized cards and your own personalized message, then please feel free to go visit my website, which is pinned here at the top of the page. And so for today's Miracle Mindset, we only have two decks that we're going to be choosing from. We're going to be doing the Nature's Whisper, and we're also going to be doing the Oracle of the Angels. But before we get into those cards, I actually want to share a beautiful message that I have received in two different ways, both through my reading of A Course in Miracles and also through my reading of Mastin Kipp's Claim Your Power. And so the message is all about what spirituality is. And so spirituality, like Mastin writes, isn't about your rites, isn't about the rituals that you do, isn't about that, maybe you meditate for 5 minutes a day and someone else meditates for 4 hours a day. It's not about how maybe you do some Wiccan stuff and someone else does, something else. That's not what spirituality is all about. It's not about communicating with your guides alone. It's not about communicating with your angels, channeling messages. Those are wonderful byproducts of what spirituality really is, which is all about love. Good morning, good morning. So that's what spirituality is all about. It's all about your capacity to receive and to extend love. That's it. It's not about, speaking with your guides. That's a wonderful byproduct of moving into love. Good morning. Then it's not about channeling messages. That's a beautiful byproduct. Good morning. Of, coming into love. But that's not the only thing. It's not just about just about reading cards and getting messages and all of this. It's really about you moving into that loving space. And that's where we want to be, is in that love. And yes, love in action. Love in action is receiving guidance. Love in action is being able to receive divine messages. Because the beauty is God is love, not fear. Spirit is love, not fear. Your guides are love, not fear. And that's the beauty of all of it, is really stepping in to that. So my first invitation for you today is, how can you begin to step in to love? How can you begin to receive more love? How can you begin to extend more love? What is a way that you can go beyond your own comfort zone? And maybe what's a way that you can go beyond your own wounds that have been inflicted on you, or that you have inflicted on another? How can you forgive those? How can you really step into, how can you really step into that? And in what way can you step into that? How can you take an action step today? Just like my dear friend from Sweden here told us, love in action. How can you be love in action? How can you do that today? What's an action step you can take today? For those of you that are really great at giving love, how can you receive love today? And for those of you that are really great at receiving love, how can you give love today? That's where we want to be with this. That's what spirituality is all about. That's what raising your vibration is all about. It's about raising it to the level of love. That's where we want to really be, is how can raising your vibration is about raising it up into into love, into joy, into happiness, into bliss. That's where we want to be. So we do have to forgive our wounds. We do have to forgive others. You know, there's so many beautiful things that we can begin to do if we allow ourselves to actually do it and to actually take those action steps. And I totally know that sometimes those action steps are really scary and they're really hard and you don't really want to do them, but you can. Because the moment that you do is the moment that everything in your life will change. You know, there's that, I believe it's just a meme, maybe a picture, but you know, life starts outside of your comfort zone. It really does. So let's go ahead and let's go to the Oracle of the Angels first, and let's see what other beautiful invitations and messages that, you know, we have for today. Oh, beautiful. Our first card. Okay, oh, beautiful. And then we just get one more. Oh, thank you. All right. So let's look at our story here. So our first card is number 43, Ascension. Now, when it comes to this card, you know, this actually is talking about taking time. The card itself means like taking time in nature. But this also is about you allowing yourself, once again, love is all about ascension. Love is all about stepping into, you know, that beauty that we are. So this card is really asking us to step into the light, to step into the love. And as we do that, we move into the source of life. You know, I gave a channeled message a while ago about, you know, life. And the source of a life is the love within you, that is in you but not of you. And that simply means that it is the divine that illuminates you. It is love that moves you. That is the source of our life, and it is within us. It's not out here in the world. It's in here. And once we really begin to truly understand that, that is when transformation occurs. And you know, we're always going through different layers of transformation. I'm still going through layers of transformation. And, you know, thank good golly goodness that I have, you know, wonderful supportive people around me to help me with that. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't be doing the things that I'm doing now. But I really do want to read you number 36. Which is the source of life. The source of life is within me, with me, and around me. I am embraced by a great love that fills my being and brings me peace. How absolutely beautiful is that affirmation? So once again, this beautiful invitation I want to give you is really, so we've already talked about how can I be more loving, how can I extend more love, how can I be there, you know, or how can I receive better, more love for myself. So you really want to ask yourself, okay, so the source of life is within me, with me and all around me. I am embraced by the great love that fills my being and brings me peace. So the invitation I want to give you with that card is, how can you embrace the truth of who you are? How can you embrace that you are life? Okay? You are life. You are an expression of love, which means you are an expression of life. You are life. Your life is meant to be lived. How can you live in love today? What step can you take to live in love today? So you can be brought to not only transformation, but fulfillment in your life. Number 6, fulfillment. My projects become the perfect fulfillment of myself in harmony with the universe. Self, not little s, but capital S. Your higher self, your true self, your soul self, your loving self. I believe in myself, once again, that higher self, and in my potential as a creator. I make my dreams come true. I fulfill myself through my daily action, through unconditional love, faith, wisdom, and positive thinking. So be it. You know, and we have to realize, where does that power come from? That power is in us, but it is not of us. It is that power of divinity, and the only way that we can really step into love, step into truth, step into the truth of who we are at the deepest level, is by being here and now. Here and now, not in the past, not in the future, not longing for what was or what will be, but really stepping into the here and now, because that's where the opportunities for growth are. That's where the opportunities are. They're in the here and the now. Not in the past, not in the future, but right here, right now. And it's about stepping into that. So then we're going to go to the Nature's Whisper deck. We're going to see what beautiful messages we have from here. Once again, for those of you that are wanting to have your own personalized Miracle Mindset Monday with your own personalized cards and messages, please feel free to go check out my website that's pinned at the top of the page. Oh, beautiful. So let's see what we have here. So first, absolutely beautiful, expansion, okay? As we step into the truth of who we are, we expand. And that's what love is. Love isn't about just sitting in a corner and just sitting there. Love is about extension. How can you extend your love? How can you expand beyond, your own sense of comfort, so that you can be true to your heart, so you can be true to yourself? And this is a beautiful portal, a beautiful gateway for you to step through, to let love be your beacon. Let love be your guide. Let love illuminate the world. Let love illuminate those inner truths. And maybe taking a little pause, that's okay. Taking this, a little pause to become observant. Okay? Observant of when you are out in the world, which you is really out there. Is it the egoic you, the self that you created, or is it the one that the divine created? Is it your divine spark? How are you showing up in the world? And these are all truths that I had to face myself. This isn't just about me spouting off all of this wonderful fabulousness. It's about, embodying it. And I have to embody it just as much as everyone else. I have to really observe. I have to say, okay, where am I coming from? Am I coming from love, or am I coming from that lower mind state? And if I am, it's okay. I forgive myself, and I choose again. I choose to show up in another way. And that's the power, not only that I have, but that all of us have, the ability to choose again. So I want to invite you today, if you find yourself being, maybe not as loving as you could be. Maybe you find yourself judging others. Maybe you find yourself envious of others. Maybe you find yourself giving yourself a pity party. Be gentle with yourself and choose again. And just do it step by step. It's not about going from depression to happiness. Maybe it's about going from sadness to, just one step above sadness. And you're the only one who knows what that is, what that next emotion is for you as you climb that ladder. We all have to climb it from time to time. So it's not about going from 0 to 100. That's what it is. It's not about 0, 100. It's about taking those steps. So what step can you take to begin that process of feeling better? How can you activate your joy? How can you activate your happiness? What's something that you can do today? What's something loving that you can do today? That's what we have to realize. What is something loving I can do today? What is something happy I can do today? What is something that can activate my joy for today? And that's where we need to be. So I send you all of my love. I send you all of these beautiful invitations. And I thank you so much for joining me. I thank you so much for being here. And I thank you so much for standing in the truth of who you are, standing in your divine abundance, standing in your divine love as beautiful examples to others. Because that is how we teach, my friends. We teach through example, not just through word, but through action, through deed. So today, be that example. Move into the truth of who you are and stay there.